guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Katrice, and today we are back with another story time. And as you can tell by the title of this video, this story time is about the time I lost my best friend. Not lost in a way of death, but lost in a way of we was getting ready to fight each other. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like story time, and let's just get right into the video. Alright, so I actually just got out of the shower, so I have a fresh, clean face. I'm about to do my eyebrows. Again, I don't like to do my eyebrows on camera because it does take the longest and it's very repetitive. I have a whole eyebrow routine video, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump off camera and do that, and then I'll just finish my eyebrows. So now I'm gonna set my face with this Airspun translucent powder. Y'all know I use this every single time I do my makeup, so it is what it is. So let's get into the story time, honey. So this story takes place in high school. Yes, almost 10 years ago. That's why I feel like it's okay to tell this story, and it's not that huge or bad of a story, but it is what it is. I don't care. So if you know me, or if you knew me at that time, I had two best friends, and we did everything together. Like, everybody knew Ebony, so-and-so, and so-and-so. I'm not gonna give them names because I feel like the people from the city that know me, they know who I'm talking about, so there's no point in giving names. For you that don't know, I'm also sorry. Try to get some clues, I don't know. But so it was me. I have to give them names because it wouldn't make sense. So let's see, Lena and Kayla. That's the closest I'll get. Lena and Kayla. So I was best friends with Lena and Kayla. We did everything together. We cheered together. We went out to eat together. We went to prom together. We did everything together. So this event takes place prom night. Senior year prom night. First of all, I was single. I was always single in high school. So I went to prom by myself. But Lena and Kayla had dates. So I was in third wheeling, but we all went to prom together. I actually met up with my other best friend. I'm gonna say her name, Tori. She had a boyfriend at the time too, but I was single, so I was just mingling with everybody. And I'm gonna be using this Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation in the color. I'm gonna do F470 this time. I usually use 100. I'm gonna use 70 this time. But yeah, so we all went to prom. I went to prom by myself. One, my mama then wasn't there because my sister was crossing Delta Sigma Theta. So it was just literally me, my cousin, and her mom, well, my aunt, and that's how I got ready. So I met up with Tori and her cousins, and then I met up with Lena and Kayla when we got closer to the school. When it was closer to prom time, we like met at the mall and we went and ate and everything like that. Just hanging out at the mall right before prom. That's what we did in high school. Everybody met up and took pictures together. And if I could find one of the pictures, I'll input it so y'all can see how ugly I used to be. I wasn't ugly, but I'm just kidding, y'all. I was cute. I was just not in my element. I didn't know myself. I didn't know what suited me well, what looked good on me. I was just living life, as Kim Kardashian says. But yeah, so we met up at the mall and we were just taking pictures or whatever. We were having a good night. You know, everybody was vibing. We went to prom. Everything was good at prom, and you know, all was well with the world. So after prom night, everybody was linking up, going to this hotel. I think I gave a ride to one of my homegirls. I took her home, and I had a curfew. My household wasn't playing no you can stay out all night type thing. It was, you know, be home by, I think it was like 1 a.m. or whatever. And so I had a curfew. I had things to do. I was trying to hang out as much as I could before it was time to go home. So I took my other homegirl home. We wasn't really like close friends, but we were cool. I took her home, and then I met up with everybody else at the hotel. At the hotel, Lena and Kayla was there, but Kayla was like, hey, you know, I'm about to go smoke. If you know what smoke I'm talking about, you know what smoke I'm talking about. I'm about to go smoke. I'll be back. I said, all right, cool. So me and Lena, we in that chilling, vibing with, you know, all they homeboys and like just everybody that we knew, just having a good conversation. Nothing major really going on, you know, nothing crazy. I ain't got no crazy story about, you know, anything happening that night. But Kayla's boyfriend walks in and he's like, hey, where's Kayla? And I'm like, oh, she went outside to go smoke. He said, okay. And that was the end of that conversation. So the night goes on, Kayla comes back in, all is well. We're all laughing, we're giggling. And I mean, there was no bad vibes. So it's getting closer to the time that I'm supposed to be home. Right now I'm using the 24-hour Studio Fix Matte Concealer in the color NW45. And of course, I'm gonna place it under my eyes. Oh, I didn't tell y'all, I am going for a more natural look today. Not really, not too much glam because I just have a couple videos to film and like a couple stores to run to. So I don't want to be like super done up, but I'm doing this for y'all, so you're welcome. But yeah, so my curfew comes up and I go home. That's the end of prom night. So the next day at school, I'm looking for Kayla and Lena. Why is this so damp? I'm gonna let it sit for a second. So next day at school, I'm looking for Kayla and Lena. We always link up between every single class. We walk together to class because our class was pretty much in the same area. And me and Lena, we were in like pre-AP classes, which is gifted, or I don't know what you all call it in your areas, but we were in the advanced classes. So me and her had a lot of classes together, but Kayla would meet up with us in between classes. Like we would literally meet up between every single class. We had a spot that would meet up and we would just keep it moving. So on this particular day, Kayla didn't show up. So we're waiting, you know, we're still vibing and everything like that, and Kayla doesn't show up. So at this point, I'm like, that's weird. I go to class, I come back from class, and then after class, Kayla doesn't show up again. So I'm asking around like, have y'all seen Kayla? Is Kayla here today? And the girl that I took home the night before, she says, oh, y'all still friends? Are we still friends? I'm like, what you mean, are we still friends? And she was like, oh. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, I mean, I just thought that y'all wasn't cool no more. And I'm like, how? We was just at prom together, you know, last night. Or was prom on a Saturday or Sunday? I think it was on a Saturday. Well, me and Kayla was just hanging together, you know, after prom. What do you mean we're not friends anymore? And she says, oh, again. And I'm like, is there something I'm missing? Like, what's going on? And so she didn't say nothing. So Kayla pops up and I'm like, are you good? Like, is something wrong? And she says, oh no, everything's fine. Or whatever she says. It was something on the lines of, nah, we good. So I'm like, okay. So I go to class and somebody else asked me, like, you and Kayla good? Like, what happened? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? What are you talking about? And she was like, oh, Kayla said y'all not cool no more. I'm like, I just saw her. She didn't say that. How we not cool no more? What is she saying? And they're like, oh, well, I don't know. She said that, you know, y'all not friends no more. Y'all got beef. Da, 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 da. So at this point, I'm heated. I'm like, I just saw this girl. She didn't say nothing. I asked her, was we good? She said we good. This is the second person that I brought up the fact that we not cool no more. And we've been friends since middle school. So this like 7 years at this point. We're best friends. Did literally everything together. And now we not cool. And I have no idea what's going on. So after that class, I see Kayla at our usual meetup spot. And I'm like, what's up with you saying that we not cool? What's going on? And she don't say nothing, or she says something like, nah, we good. So I'm like, okay, go to the next class. You know, in high school you had like 8 classes that you switched to. So I go to the next class, and I think it was my cousin at the time, but of course we're friends. She like, girl, I heard Kayla said that y'all was gonna fight. I said, fight? What's the issue? Like, what's the deal? She was like, oh, Kayla mad because you told her boyfriend that she was smoking on prom night. And I'm like, was he not supposed to know? Like, I didn't know he wasn't supposed to know. She didn't say, hey sis, I'm about to go smoke. Don't tell Caleb. That ain't his name. But don't tell Caleb when he come. It was, hey, I'm about to go smoke. Like, everybody knew that she was going to go smoke. And it wasn't just me that she told. I was in the room with hella other people. So that's why I was just also confused. I'm like, was he not supposed to know? Like, why is that such a big deal? So I guess they had a mutual understanding that she wasn't gonna smoke anymore, or you know, she was gonna try to stop smoking or whatever the deal may be. But they got into it. This must have been after I had left. I didn't know nothing about it until school on Monday. So I'm like, so she really mad about something that I had no idea that I wasn't supposed to say? Like, how is that, how am I at fault for that? I don't understand why is that an issue. So, and me and her boyfriend had talked that day. Like, me and her boyfriend was cool. And we, like, even when I see him now, we still give each other a hug and we're still cool. So I was just confused of why it was such a big issue. So after she told me that she was talking about fighting me, now I'm heated. I'm like, oh, sis want to fight, we can fight. And I'm not a fighter. Like I told y'all this multiple times in multiple story times. I'm not a fighter, but if you get me there, I'm ready. You want to fight? Let's go. I've never gotten a fight in my life, but I'm ready. Like, don't go around talking about me, talking about how you finna whoop my behind, and you ain't saying a word when I come around. Where's the beef? Because I want the bread to eat with it. That didn't make no sense, but we gonna stick with that, okay? So that's when I found out that she was trying to fight me. So after that, I still went to my usual meetup spot, but of course she didn't come because I think at that point she found out that I knew. She avoided me all day and from days to come. So after that, I wrote her off. And I was telling people, look, if she want to fight, we can do it. Like, she ain't saying nothing to me, but I'm telling y'all, since she relaying the message to everybody else but me, y'all can let her know she want to fight, we can fight. Like, we only got 3 weeks left of school. Let's do it. I'm already graduated. I already got all my credits. I'm taking extra classes just because. Let's do it. Because we can fight if you want to. Like, don't play with me. I might not be a fighter, but I'll fight if I want, if I have to. As you already know, I already did. So, come on. If you want to fight, let's just fight. Stop talking about me to everybody else but me. And I've asked you in person, what is the problem? Tell me what the problem is. So, of course, she didn't fight me. We didn't, you know, do anything. But I straight disowned her. I didn't talk to her. I was like, you're nothing to me. Don't ever talk to me ever again, because the way you went about this situation, it could have been handled so much better. You could have told me what the issue was. We could have worked through the issue. I would have apologized. I would have talked to Caleb and told him, you know, it's my fault. You know, I would have taken up for you. But the fact that you waited until, you probably didn't even wait till school. You was probably stirring the pot over the weekend while I'm sleeping peacefully in my bed.
I'll be sleep peacefully.
And then I come to school Monday, and that's when the pot is starting to brew. Because I can get it boiling, okay? But yeah, like, that was a huge issue for her, and it wasn't communicated. So, of course, after I find out that she wants to fight me, me and Kayla are no longer friends at that point, because it should never get to the point where you're talking about whipping my ASS and we're supposed to be best friends. Like, that's something that you can communicate with me. Hey, I'm not feeling you right now. You got me and my boyfriend, you know, we in a bad place, and it's because you said so-and-so. And I would have been like, I'm so sorry. Like, I would apologize. But the fact that you are telling people that you're gonna whoop my ASS, and I'm asking you in person, what's the issue, and you said nothing, that's when I'm like, okay, so you're slit talking. So now you want people to think you're this big bad wolf, but when the other wolf come, you a sheep. No, so that's when I was like, I have no respect for you. I no longer want to talk to you. You can lose my number. I blocked her number. And that was the end of our friendship in high school. 3 weeks left in high school. I excommunicated my best friend. Like, and when I tell you, I am good at letting, like, not people thinking that they don't exist. I'm very good at it. I could walk right past you and you would be a wind in my hair. I would not even acknowledge you, okay? Very good at it. My best friend now has gotten a taste of it when I was pregnant. It's possible. I can do it. Don't take me there, because I'll show you, okay? So we stopped talking, and I think I never hung out with her ever again. I think maybe she showed up at one function that we had mutual friends at, but even then it was just like a hey. And this was years after that. But in college, I remember she reached out. It was maybe like 2 years later in college. She reached out and she apologized for the way she went about the situation. And it took me a very long time to respond to her, because she really hurt my feelings at that point, because I was so genuine, so nice, and like, she shared secrets with me that I've never shared with anybody else. To this day, I've never shared any, you know, trauma that she's experienced and told me about, because that's her personal experience. And I feel like a lot of people, when they do stop being friends with people, they spread other people's business. And I don't think I've ever told her anything like traumatic about me that she could spread that would hurt my feelings. But I don't know if she's ever said anything bad about me in that manner. So I chalked it up to the game, basically. I was like, it is what it is. You know, if she said something, she said something. I ain't heard nothing to this day about her saying anything negative about me or my family or anything like that. But she really hurt my feelings. It took me forever to respond to her apology. I did accept her apology, but that's something I just could never forget, because if you can handle that situation like that after being friends for so long, there's no telling what you would do if something bigger happened and you felt some type of way. So, you know, I told her I forgave her, but we don't talk to this day. We do follow each other on Facebook, and she may watch my vlog, she may not. She may watch my videos. She may see this, I'm not sure, but we just don't have a relationship at all. Like, her family was like my family. Like, I knew some of her aunts and uncles very closely, and I mean, we're still cool. Like, they still speak to my family and everything. I haven't seen them since I moved away, and it's probably best that I did move away right after high school, because I'm sure the beef will probably still be on. But yeah, she did reach out to me. I told her, you know, that's cool. I think she wanted to rekindle a friendship at that time as well when she did reach out, but I told her, you know, no, I can't. You know, I tried to figure out what was going on. You went about it that way, and I just can't get jiggy with it. Like, I just can't be friends with somebody that could talk about me in that way to other people when you have my number. We see each other every day. You could have expressed at that time that you wasn't feeling me. So we just took it as an L, as a friendship, and we no longer talked in that way. She's now married with kids. I'm not married, but I got kids. Like, we've moved on. We still have the same mutual friends. I'm actually not even sure if Lena and Kayla still talk, if they're still close. I know Lena was kind of closer to one of her other best friends, cousins, whatever they are to each other, but I do think they still communicate. But I just haven't been in Valdosta. Like, that's where I'm from, Valdosta, Georgia. I haven't been in Valdosta enough to be like, hey, where's Kayla? Or am I gonna run into Kayla at this event? Like, first of all, they don't even be events in Valdosta. So this is the final look. I did add some lip liner and lip gloss and a little contour. Not too much, but I was just going for a really natural look. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. If you did, leave a comment down below and also give this video a thumbs up. If you made it this far through the video and you enjoyed the story time, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you a part of my family. We're still doing the giveaway when we hit 500 subscribers. And also, don't forget to turn on those notification bells so that you're notified every single time I post a new video, which is usually every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 noon. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
I just scratch your heart. That's amazing when it's all on my neck, cause a quarter brick. I've been getting it since a dollar. I keep